Look, the Transit Authority to this day has no contract. Healthcare is just skyrocketing. Pensions are being attacked. So we need guys like Sal to be back. We know Mayor Bloomberg is a rich man, and this is a hobby for him, the mayor. It's just a hobby.
Quite an assault on organized labor across the country. You see what's happening in Wisconsin, where they actually destroyed collective bargaining rights. You saw what happened. I was with the bus drivers, school bus drivers, and the matrons and mechanics, people that make, an average salary after 20 years, maybe $30,000, and they became the big problem for the city, according to the administration. They had to actually go back to work. I mean, I was on a picket line with them, and most of those workers lived check to check, and they were taking a beating on those picket lines. So now they're back. The mayor refused to give them a protection clause, so when new contractors come in and bid, they could go out and fire all these workers and hire people. $8 an hour to drive a school bus, to be a matron. There's not even much of a saving. It was just an out-and-out union busting, basically, action on the part of the mayor. And I don't think he understands middle-class folks. To me, I was a school teacher for 11 years, a member of the United Federation of Teachers. My mother was a garment worker, a member of ILGW. The unions really built the middle class in America. That's the bottom line. And you see the income inequality, the gap that's taken place over the last 30 years. And as the labor movement declines, the middle class declines as well. So it's really a major threat to the incomes of average workers, and that's why this is so important. And we've got to get behind organized labor across the country and in the city. The city workers have, some of them have not had contracts in 4 years. The mayor says they're not going to get retroactive pay. I mean, what is it coming down to? I mean, we provide great services. The workers provide great services in this city. The police, the firefighter, the teachers, what you do. They should just get paid. The mayor of the city of New York has an impact, obviously, on setting the tone. You can negotiate with labor fairly, and that's what I plan on doing. Or you could be someone who's out to bust labor unions. So that's why it's important. This election's key for all of labor to get behind candidates to make sure that they're going to support fairness and equity across the board. Because I believe that if workers are not paid a fair wage, eventually the entire city suffers, because people are not going to be productive. You're going to have a throwaway workforce. People get sick. You don't have health care benefits. It's bad for the city as a whole. So it makes common sense for the city and for the country to treat workers fairly, because that's good for everybody. Everybody does well when everybody does well. That's the bottom line.
Wear it well.
Educate everybody in this room. So part of the education is I want you guys to understand what it is. You may hear about arbitrations, and when we talk about them, but I want you to hear from somebody who does an arbitration every day. And there are some people in this room that know what that's like and know what that feels like when you're sitting out there for 5 and 6 months. But I'm not going to talk much about that. I want Joe to do that. So, Joe, the floor is yours.
I am a labor and employment attorney with the law firm of Pitter and Giblin. I'm a partner there. I've had the privilege of representing union members now going on 19 years. And our law firm represents over 150,000 union members right now in almost every field, from hotel workers to food service workers to operating engineers to stationary engineers to fire officers to the New York City detectives, you name it, we've represented almost every industry. We now or we have done it. Now, my specialty is arbitration. And my colleagues make fun of me because they say the number always changes. That's just because I get older. I've done between 3,000 and 4,000 arbitrations in 19 years. What is arbitration? Let's start out with that. Because a lot of people, as a union member, they don't even know what their rights are. Okay? And I know Mike is really making Mike and the board is making a concerted effort to educate you guys, you men and women, to educate you as to what your rights are. There's usually two types of arbitrations. And anybody in this room, some of you may think, I'd never filed a grievance in my life. I'm never going to file a grievance. I don't want to rock the boat. Everybody in this room will directly or indirectly be affected by the grievance and arbitration process. I was looking at your website today, and I see there's a big Fair Labor Standards action, lawsuit, and an arbitration. A lot of times, members will get back pay and not even actively participate in the arbitration. That's okay. They may not need you. But that's the process that determines your rights. Because under your contract, there's a bargain struck with management. Very simple. During the life of the contract, you give up the right to walk out, the right to strike. Okay? In order to keep the peace, you give up the right to strike. In return, management agrees that any problems have to be resolved through the grievance and arbitration process. If you didn't have that, each and every time there was a contract violation, you would have to go to court. And if anybody's ever been in court, you know how long it takes to bring a lawsuit. Okay? You would never get a resolution. So that's the classic bargain struck by labor and management. A lot of union members forget this. There are deadlines in your contract that if you don't bring a grievance within a certain number of days, the contract expressly says you waive your rights. You got to know your grievance process. Okay? Now, I know a lot of people, men and women, think, the grievance process is a charade. Why am I going to go through that? I just want to skip to arbitration. Okay. If you're smart, you're going to use the grievance process to gain knowledge. It's the grievance process when you start, if you listen, instead of talking, if you listen to what management says during these grievance meetings, that's when you know what their argument's going to be or how they're going to try to beat you or what they're saying about you. Listen to what they say, because when you get to arbitration, all the issues should be fleshed out. There should be no surprises at the arbitration. You didn't get paid correctly. They disregarded seniority. They didn't pay you for changing your schedule or whatever your contract rights are. When that happens, you follow the grievance process, and if the parties can't resolve it at any of the steps in the grievance process, it goes to arbitration. What is arbitration? It's the last stage in the resolution process. The parties can't resolve it. They agree to select a neutral or third-party person, an arbitrator, to decide the case. It's like a mini trial. It's like a lawsuit in some respects and not like a lawsuit in a lot of other respects.
We're going to educate. So some guys, they look in the ceiling, and I watch what people do here. Just remember what Joe said. This guy's here 6 months ago, and he said, I don't believe it's ever going to happen. Not that it's ever going to happen, but we want you to understand your rights and learn your contract and know you guys are a walking billboard. We have drive cam, we have everything out there. And he's right, we have a great trade, we have a great bunch of guys. I thought what you guys did with Sal Albanese was good, and also with Joe with the tough questions. All right? It's a white copy, and then it's a 2-page blue copy. I got them right here. Anybody in the DOT, all right, do not fill this out. If you did, get it back off the supervisor, all right, because you were told by the union not to fill it out. Okay, and I'll tell you why. One, they never told us they were giving this out to anybody. Now this one, I think I got from the BPI guys. This one came from Maintain, so it just shows you they have no idea what they're doing. It's two different things. This one is 2 pages. His is a quick 1 page. So what I'm telling you is you can let them know that you went to a union meeting and any one of your brothers and sisters that filled this out, you would like it back. When this was given out, first thing somebody should do was call the union.
Right.
Nobody in this room did that. Huh?
Whatever.
I'm telling you to challenge us up here. Did anybody call the union when you filled this out? Did you think it was right to fill? You heard Joe tell you.
Well, Mike, isn't that the delegate's responsibility?
And I am taking care of that next week, Louis. That will be taken. You're right. You're right, Louis. You're right. After next week, Louis, they have no more excuses. I agree with you. After next week, I'm expecting all the delegates that are going to be at the class, because as you know, to get the delegates to class, for the first time, we're doing it through the company. I'm able to work it out with the company to let our delegates go to the class. Now, there's a reason for that. One is because we're starting off on a new relationship. And if a delegate knows what he's doing, and it helps the employee, it also helps management, because they don't have to deal with it. And that's why we're trying to educate our guys. And I'm telling you, I said it before, there is nowhere possible that this company is having attorneys come down, explain arbitration cases to them, explaining compensation cases to them, explaining their benefits to them. We're doing that here too. Okay? We're going to be doing the benefits, because I believe everybody in this room is underinsured. I know that for a fact. All right? And we're going to educate everybody to do that. All right? I just want to give it all out there, and then it's going to come a point in time and say, wow, everybody's pretty smart here. And that's what I'm trying to get to. All right? Just keep coming. Don't give up. I know every year we do a golf outing. So we spoke to the board last week, and we're going to change it up a little bit. These tickets that we're going to be doing, we're going to be calling TW Local 101 Fundraiser, I think I said. Right, John? We changed the different thing a little bit. The date is going to be in December. We're not going to have a golf outing this year. We're still going to run these tickets because this money goes to our membership of anyone, an active member that left work in the morning and didn't come home that night. We still give that member's family $10,000. As you've seen, we've been doing it now for 9 years. This is still going to happen. We're just going to raffle it off. So what we'll do is our section meeting in December when we have our holiday cheer again in the same place here, or maybe in our new building, we're not sure yet, but we're going to be doing the same thing. So we're going to be selling these tickets all year. The reason why we're not having the golf outing is because everybody on up here decided we're going to have our first union picnic. Right? I want you guys to understand, we're going to do our first union picnic. Okay?
Not in November, I hope.
The golf outing was great. We all loved it. It brought a lot of money in. We tried to get a lot of membership involved. We didn't get as much as we like every year. So I think the picnic, I think everybody can bring their kids. Everybody can hang out. We're hoping for a great response. We're going to put out a notice soon about it. I want to talk about, again, the problem that we've been having with the paychecks. I can't stand payroll. I hate it. I do want to thank a couple of people for helping out. The Hub, Maria Bracco, and your group has been doing a great job. I know you're getting abused every day. Luigi Barnes back there. You know, every day hearing the guys complain about the pay. It's not them. It's not you guys. It's the system. You know, Chris Ray has a meter reading. He's doing a great job for us. The kid is doing a great job. You know, I call him up now. He's doing great.
Yep.
He's helping us too.
He's helping you guys too, right? He's a union guy. He understands it, and I hope they promote him. You know?
He's unbelievable.
You know, we got
00900441.
that person left.
Now he's right.
Wow. A person left.
Yeah, let me go. Thank you. I think I need to. Now, let me
Got it? Yeah, look at guys. Thank you. Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Hey, Mike, I couldn't stand that microphone no more. I couldn't get to Borough Park.